cutting off her national suit and giving each of us a piece of her suit. I am not going to be that good today. I mean, I was so taken back. But, you know, one of the things that we get to do is we get to teach other people how to think big. And that's who we are to our people. And so I have some thoughts for you today. But, you know, some of you have heard me talk about this before. And I love the song Roar by Kate Perry. And she talks about, I used to bite my tongue. And people used to hold me down. And she said, but I got up. And I brushed it off, and I made such a difference. And so as you come here as brand new national sales directors, and we've heard it over and over again, I love when they said it's not a goal, it's a vision. And now we're getting ready to blow it off. We're just going to listen to a little bit of this music before I teach Thinking Big, because I want you to feel it in your soul the way you've been feeling it since you've been here, that no matter what it looks like, and no matter what you've done, no matter how good you deem it to be, where we're going is so much grander. It's so much grander than it is right now. And so can you put on a little bit of that song, Roar? And I need all the nationals to stand up, but I just need you to feel this song for me. So I felt for everything. You had me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear that sound. Like thunder, crashing up the ground. You had me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger. Get through the fire. And you're gonna hear me. Singing like to me the legend and keep the music going. So I want you to feel it. You had me down, but I got up. Already brushing off the dust. You hear my voice, you hear my voice sound. Like thunder gonna shake the ground. Me down, but I got up. Get ready, 'cause I've had enough. I see it all, I see it now. I got the eye of the tiger. Anticipated for us was something that was very, very big. Very, very big. And I want to give you some thoughts on what we can do to cause bigness happen immediately. What we can do to be big immediately. I want to give you some thoughts. And one is, all you have to do is miss one critical goal, and you will see that the strategy of just enough is very painful. When you almost miss a goal by operating in the land of almost, it is very painful. So you have to stay around abundant thinking people, and therefore you will become one. And let me share with you, that is not a popular group to belong to. Because when you are an abundant thinker, you make other people that are around you uncomfortable because they have not decided to think as abundantly as you have. So you have to remember that. You have to join the club. You're not invited in the club. You decide to be a part of the abundance club. So because we're girlfriends, we love the invitation. But this is not a group that you become invited into. You make a decision to be in the abundance club. Some of the big things that I had the honor of doing was breaking the DIQ record. And in fact, it was Cindy Williams' DIQ record. It's so fun that we're here together. So fun. I started my third month of DIQ with 22 people. And I ended that month with 5 on targets and 67 unit members in my unit in that qualifying month. I stand before you as the queen of almost. I was the almost queen of her sales division a lot of times. So you can be the queen of a lot of things. I debuted on stage as a national sales director with 101 directors, and 6 of them were elite executives. And those 6 elites are now my national offsprings. I became an inner circle in my first year. I am currently leading an 18-time $1 million unit, and they are right now on target for their 4th $2 million performance as a national sales director unit. And that's built on understanding how to master the maintaining and creating superstars out of the unit. And now I have the largest first line in the United States. Forget Lisa, it's all about Jim. And then it goes on from there and there and there. So I want to give you 10 thoughts on a quantum leap, on the things as a national, to have some things happen that can cause largeness to happen for you immediately. And I just want to lay a foundation for our continued conversation while we're here at the Scholar Week. Because I can honestly tell you, while I'm sitting at that table with my mentoring girlfriends, we are sucking this up and breathing this in as much as you are. It is rocking our world, the things that you guys have said and the questions that you're asking. So the first thing I want you to write down is make a decision. Make a decision that you're going to do it because it is in the intent that it happened. I'm so proud of this story. I'm so proud of this moment because after talking to corporate and talking to Sean and talking about the possibilities in Brazil and how excited it is to watch Brazil happen, made the decision that Brazil is where I needed to go and to extend my international presence. And then, of course, Ann Newberry-Watson here has done like 12 countries. I'm just trying to touch the garment. But anyway, I was in Orlando and at that guest event, and at that guest event, someone came up to me, Heather Jolson came up to me and said that there was an elite executive from Brazil at the guest event in the back, just happened to be visiting. And so excited that I asked for that for that executive to come forward, and she came forward, and her name was Marcia. And Marcia said, "Can I meet you for breakfast the next morning?" So we met for breakfast the next morning, and Marcia said, "If you want to come to Brazil, I'll help you." And Marcia called me, and we talked to each other and helped us find a hotel. And myself, my offspring Sabrina and Talvia Peterson went over to Brazil 2 years ago. Marcia was on her track to become a national sales director, and Marcia is at this National Scholar Week. Raise your hand. I am just so thankful. But what I want to say to you in that, what I want to say to you in terms of business is it is the intention and then God will put everyone in your space. So write this down. Don't question your decision. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Stop questioning your decision and go for it hugely. Number 2, I want you to write down, in order to have a huge growth and to be a big thinker, you have to have the confidence. And I want you to know, like I talked about yesterday, is that you always are in the work of building confidence. It's never a place of arrival. It's a place where you're going to make others feel comfortable in your space. But I want to caution the new nationals. Don't let people steal your confidence. Don't let people's choices and people's lack of dreams take your confidence away. You can have the exact same conversation with 2 people and get 2 different results. And when someone doesn't pick up the dream that we're offering them, they will tend to rock our confidence. And when they ask us to do things that we weren't ready to do at the time that they want them done, it rocks our confidence. So be careful who you choose to give your power to. And just understand that this is my decision, this is my business, and I honestly, with every fiber of my being, have your best interest in heart, even if I'm not going to do it your way. But if you don't pick up my dream, it's okay. I'm going to go get a lot of people who want my dream. I was talking to nationals and to some of the new nationals, and they said, I've lost some directors, and that was their choice, not your choice. If you talk to any powerful national, they will tell you they have lost offspring, and they cannot remember their name. You see, this is where my peace came from a long time ago. Because I'm from a domestic violence situation, because I struggled at a time in my life, not because of who I was, but because of some of my situations, life situations. And so I used to remember, as a new director, building, and I used to say, the reason I was always a very strong personal recruiter, because I wanted personal responsibility, because I would never be broke again. I used to say that in front of my unit. I will never depend on you. I will always love you, but I will never depend on you. And I used to say that out loud. And that's the same way I feel about my national area. I will always continue to be excited. When people say to me, I'm rebuilding, I say, you're never rebuilding. You're always building. This is not a rebuilding. You don't rebuild a unit. You don't rebuild an area. You are just always in the process of building. Building people, building your business. But the confidence level is going to be critical, and you got to know that people cannot steal your confidence from you, or your iPad will turn off. One second, I'll be right with you. Here it comes. Oh, I wanted to say to nationals, just like at any other position, it's important for you to know that your confidence will come from hitting achievable goals. Set things up that you can hit. Set things up knowing that as you set them up and you hit them, it will build your confidence. Remember, it is okay to set big goals that excite you, but it's important that you set goals that will grow you and are achievable, and you hit them so you can celebrate. The more that you celebrate and cause your people to celebrate, the more confidence they will have in them, the more confidence they will have in you, and the more confidence that they will have in where you're taking them. And remember, people love to go with the winners. Winners love to go with winners. Number 3, in terms of having a big, big dream, it's vision, imagination, and belief. Vision, imagination, and belief. I want to tell you, I remember sitting in my office, I can remember it like it was yesterday, how we used to say that, we always say, if you can see it, you can believe it. If you can see it, you can achieve it. If you can see it, you can. And I used to say, well, how do I get people to believe it? I believe it, but how do I get other people? And then I had to call corporate. And I heard, when you call corporate, you'll hear Mary Kay's voice. And I heard Mary Kay describe specifically how to teach people to believe. It was totally God. And she said that you teach people to believe through vision and imagination. That's how you teach people. Through the vision that you give them and the imagination. So I want to tell you one of my moments, because we have many moments when we are going to be big. I remember walking into Shirley Hutton's home. She was a top national, and we were going to her house. And I remember her outfit was just, it was a crisp white blouse, and just rich. And I remember walking into her house, and my whole body went, wow. And then I fast forward to about 2 years ago when I had my area come to my home in Atlanta. And I remember wanting to have that look. And I remember them walking into my house and them saying, wow. And my reaction was, thank you. I'm so excited. I'm just telling you, it happens to all of us. It really happens. So I want to remember when we were red jackets and we didn't think we'd become a sales director. Then remember when you were a sales director and you didn't know you were going to be a top director. I remember walking on my very first top director trip, and before I walked in the room, I heard Kathy Olu's voice because I had listened to her tape so many times. And when I heard her voice, I said, oh my God, I have arrived. And so, it still grows when we become a national and put on the MSD suit for the very first time. And pretty soon, you'll be in the inner circle. And pretty soon, each and every one of you will be addressing the seminar stage, saying to somebody, are you ready for the most exciting time of your life? Each of you will have that experience. Each of you will have it. It's going to be so big, we're going to have 55,000 seminars. Okay. 4 different things that rob you, and 4 different things that cause you to have success in a big way. Time management, emotional management, money management, and skill management. 4 things that will take your joy away. And 4 things that once you get them, they specifically will make a huge difference in your business. It's the skill of time management, the skill of emotional management, the skill of money management, and the skill of skill management. And by that I mean, how much do you study? How much do you know? At the national sales director level, that skill is number 1, knowing your numbers, breathing and understanding the fact that every single national area is different, very different, and knowing what is most important for you right now. It is the skill as a national sales director of getting the mentorship, asking the right questions at the right time. It is the skill of a strong national sales director to know who to hang around and who not to hang around, to hang up the phone and invite yourself out of that circle of conversation, because that conversation does not put you in the right place at the right time. It is the skill of emotional management that says, I'm having a bad time, but I need to compartmentalize that right now. It is the skill of emotional management that says, I don't need to tell everybody my bad situation in order for my situation to get better. It is the skill of emotional management of a national sales director to go to someone who's going through a hard time and say to her, I expect you to be at career conference, at leadership, at seminar, even though you're in a situation. It is the skill of a national sales director to know when she needs help, when she needs support, when she needs to stop doing one thing and start doing something else. To know that you spend money in some places in order to make great money other places. It is the skills that we need and the skills that we need to stop. Number 5 would be goal setting. Goal setting, being extremely clear on where you're going. Being extremely clear on where you're going and the conversation about how you're going to get there, the goals. I could spend years talking about becoming a great goal setting and how it works for you. I know how it works, and we have to be able to, number one, know how it works for ourselves and know how it works for other people. But the goals, the monthly goals, even as a national sales director, the 3-month goal, even as a national sales director, you know, I teach my people, and I know that what happens in the first 3 months of this year show up 6 months later. If I want to have phenomenal fall retreat, my January, February, March has to be phenomenal, because that's when I'm going to have the people to make a difference at my fall retreat. They know that it's a 6-month turnaround for me, and that's why I know for me, the rhythm in my area is I bring them in the fall and they leave in the spring. I do more debuting of sales records in the spring, and I do more building of the vision in the fall. I know that about my area, what's going on in your area, the goals, the rhythm, the beat of your area, what makes it sing, what makes it work, and what goals are they all working for. As a national, as a new national, are they articulating the area goal as much as they're articulating their personal goals? Remember, powerful people like to be a part of something powerful. Individual people don't move as quickly as the team goal. Let us not forget that even though you make them feel good about where they're going, they need to feel good about where the group is going and where they can participate. And particularly for those directors that are not as strong as they're going to be, they're going to ride in the goal of the bigger area. And you've got to let them know how they can play a part in it. Next thing, 6, would be image. Your image as a national sales director. You know, you look around this room and you are the sharpest, most amazing women. The sharpest, most amazing women. I know for a fact that when I was a new national sales director, I looked pretty good. I look pretty good. But I don't look as good as I do now. I'm just here to tell you, okay? I'm here to tell you. I'm just here to tell you, okay? Because I remember being backstage, and I remember Judy McCoy walking past me, and I was standing next to Sabrina, and when Judy walked, she had this walk about her, and her blonde hair went poof, 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 poof. I mean, it just poof. I just poof. And I said to Sabrina, what is it? What is it? And Sabrina looked at me, she said, it's money, baby. I'm here to tell you, it is money. Don't get it twisted. You can work out all you want to, but you better have some money. The image makes a difference, and singing it in the right area makes a difference. Chrisette told me that we have 7 seconds to make a good impression, and people are looking at you. So please, remember this in terms of image. You are enough, but we can always get better. We are enough. We are enough. But the ones who get to the big, they're always changing. They're always growing. They're always looking for someone else to give them a look. I did not design this outfit by myself. I wish I could tell you that I did, but I go to people who help me pull it together because they're better at it than I am. And I'm pretty good, but I'm not as good as some other people are. And so when Keith Harvey said, okay, that's the look for the day. When you teach thinking big, you better bring it. So when I walked into the breakfast room today, and some people said, wow, boy, the way you walked, it was on purpose. It's all on purpose. You see, I watch everything. Did you see Ann Newberry walk in this room? Did you see how she glided on ice? She didn't even walk. Her whole body just went, Did you see that? I'm telling you. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Number 7, passion. Passion. New national sales directors, get me on this. get me on this one thing. Do not apologize for your heavy degree of passion. Do not apologize for the fact that you want to work. I remember it was a couple of months ago, we were having some work done in our home, and the guy who was working in our home became one of our friends, and he said, Gloria, you're always working. He asked me a question. I have the phone attached, the little thing attached. He said, you're always working. I turned to him and I said, you know what? I am so excited that I love to work as much as I do. That's such a compliment to me, that you notice that I get to do what I love to do, and you call it work, and I call it my joy. And so I don't want to apologize for the fact that I love to work. I don't apologize for the fact that I'm passionate, and I know where my passion comes from. I'm just here to ask you to make sure you understand where your passion comes from, because that way you can be responsible for recreating it. If you are waiting for someone or the company to give you the passion, you're looking in the wrong area. You look deep inside your soul and find out what creates passion for you. What creates passion for me is the race. I like the race. I like to win. Other people love passion for different reasons. Key, don't evaluate other people's passion. Don't say that their passion is right or wrong. Different things will do it for different reasons. The other thing is that when I need to grow for different reasons, like my son's wedding in May, I find the passion that causes me energy that will cause my income to rise. You see what I'm saying? So money in and of itself is not what causes me to be passionate. But for me, it's the race that I love. I love my Mary Kay because I'm in the right place at the right time for me. Are you guys with me? Okay, so we're going to find what is most passionate for you. And I want to tell you, sometimes it changes over time. Your passion will change over time. And once you become strong at what changes for you, it also changes for other people as well. It's so fun, you guys, as I watched this dream because, yesterday when you guys, Tracy, that was a brilliant career. Seriously, when she had her pink house on the film, that was the house that I used to go to every month to bring my production because Ann lived in the same area. And so when I was coming up in Mary Kay, when I won my first career car, it was because I took the production to Ann's house. When I won my first bar pin, it was because I took my production to Ann's house. And so it's just so exciting to watch that. Oh, brother. And then when we were all over there taking pictures, I was like everybody else. God, breathe on a visual. I was the same way. We never outgrow that excitement and that energy and that passion to be around people who've had the gall to do more than what other people have had the gall to do. Number 7. Or number 8, or just put a bullet, doesn't matter. Discipline and hustle. Discipline and hustle. This is very important for new national sales directors because you will be so drawn to work with the people who call on you the most. And the ones who call on you the most will really want you to do more and give them attention. So be careful who you're spending your time with. Are you spending your time with the one who calls you the most, who wants you the most, who asks you to do the most? Or are you spending the time with those who want the most, who are willing to work the most, who have the biggest vision? Remember, sometimes those are the quietest. If you think about us, we weren't the ones that were raising our hands saying, help me, help me, help me. We were out there working it. And because we would ask for mentorship, it would happen. So I'm just causing you to, as you hustle and you work, and we will work, to work smart, to work very smart, and to be okay with working hard. Because like Ann said, in the future, you'll have so much more. Number 9 is people skills. Mastering your people skills. Even at this level, when people ask me, do you get bored? I never get bored in this business because of the people that are in this business. It makes such a difference for me to work with the people. And because every person is unique, and every person brings a new background and a new piece to them, I'm always inspired to find out what makes that person tick. What would make that person move? What takes her to a higher level? And what brings me to a higher level? So I thought I'd give you some of the things that I felt I knew about leaders. And number one, you never know who will be a great leader at the beginning. You never really know. And, you know, when as national sales directors and as our company gets bigger and people come back into Mary Kay with the anticipation of they were in Mary Kay and then they leave Mary Kay and they come back to Mary Kay, their conversation always is, I want to have a strong team and I don't want to recruit her until I know she's going to be strong. But you never know who's going to be strong until they come in and prove themselves. And we never know who's going to be a powerhouse director until we give her the opportunity to be a powerhouse director. So you never know who's going to be strong at the beginning. Number two, many leaders are found, but some are built. Now this is all under people skills. So just put bullet. Many leaders are found, but some are built. Meaning that, you know, like Mary Kay says, where they start with their roses like this and then they turn into a flower. Sometimes it's some of our, but we have to become masters of balancing both. Those that we're found and those that we're building. Next bullet. I've developed leaders quickly because I work with the numbers. Sean, I know you're getting quoted a lot, but the word where I go to the few that lead me to the many to get me to the few has made a major difference for me. I want to work with numbers. That's how I work best. I think that next bullet is my job is to lead by example as well as lead them on a journey of self-discovery. Lead by example and lead on a journey of self-discovery. And this is a big switch over when you become a national sales director, because when your priority was to run your unit, you'd come up with your own ideas, you'd run your unit, and they follow whatever you're doing, and it's exciting. Then you become a national sales director, and you have more ideas, and it's a bigger vision, and you point it to all your directors, and you found out every one of them doesn't follow what you want to do. And you're like, wait a minute, this is the promotion. And I want all of you to be excited about it. And they're like, no, I got my own ideas over here. So you have to really balance the fact that some of them want to do what you're doing, and some of them want to do what they're doing. They got to that position so that they can implement their own ideas. So again, don't let them not following your exact lead steal your joy. When they are wanting more information from you, they always will come back and ask you. And that's when you can capture them with what it is that you're doing. You lead by example, but you allow them to have their journey of self-discovery. All leaders have different talents, and my job is to bring out those talents. I tell this story often about National Sales Director Chris Ellis, one of my nationals. And the way I do my retreats, because I'm always running like we always are, I am not one that plans the agenda way in advance. So, Tammy knows this. So on Thursday, and the retreat starts on Friday, I'll probably give you your topic. And she used to say, Gloria, can't you give me the topic 3 or 4 days or a week or, maybe possibly a month? You know it's coming. But I don't, because I'm doing a lot of things, but really I'm really waiting to see what I feel, who's coming and all that. So she used to say, that used to drive me nuts, Gloria. It used to drive me nuts that the day I'm on the plane, you give me my topic. But what I knew was, she knew the topic. And what she says now is, it was the best gift you could ever give me. Because now I can speak all the time, and I can shift people all the time, because it's in here, and I helped bring it out. Are you guys with me? And so our job is to bring out their talent. You develop the art of finding what's right. Develop the art of finding what's right, and then tweaking what needs to be improved in a person. Finding what's right and tweaking what needs to be improved. You want to learn the art of people skills. just acknowledging that it's important, just the awareness is very important. I want you to write down that creating leaders requires a high level of excellence and energy. So you must be responsible for finding your energy. It's important to always paint the picture for other people to step into. And it's important for you to be able to teach your people how to paint a picture so that they can step into it. And then the last thing in terms of people skills is that I think I have to find out what they value and what they motivate and what motivates them. I know I have to find out what they value and what motivates them. And yesterday when I was asking my first line, what made a difference, a lot of them came back with the comment that said, you knew what worked for me. Not what worked for the group, but what would work for me. And I have to remember that, what works for me. And then national sales directors. I'm going to ask you this as you build big, as you think big, and as you go forward. I'm going to ask you for short-term sacrifice, for long-term success. We know that you poured it on once to become a national sales director. And now we need to pour it on again to grow it big. Don't stop here. Don't get tired here. Don't make it all about just the gold, the diamond, and the inner. Just what do I want it to be for me? Where can I have the short-term sacrifice so that I can live in the arena of relaxation and joy? And the business that when I want to work, it's there. And if I can't work it for a second, it's there. That's how Mary Kay designed it to be. So I'm going to ask you not to fool yourself that you're at the arrival place. You just got to this level. Now let's pour on the short-term sacrifice. It doesn't mean that you don't have time off and everything, but now's the time to pour it out. I'm going to ask each of you to do the correct thing. We talked about that. To hang around the right people. And can I tell you, in the short-term sacrifices, national sales directors, remember, your girlfriends will change. You had different girlfriends when you were a consultant. And then when you became a powerful red jacket, did you notice your girlfriends changed? And then when you became a sales director, you had different girlfriends. And then when you became a powerful director, you made different girlfriends. And now you're a national sales director. And if you're going to be a powerful national, you've got to make different girlfriends. And the girlfriends who talk about where things were should not be your girlfriends. And the girlfriends who are talking about how things are bad should not be your girlfriends. The girlfriends that you want to hang around are the girlfriends who are forward focused on making huge things happen so they can be in the position to make sure the company stays strong as we partner with corporate together. As new national sales directors, pick your girlfriends, pick your strategy, pick your goal, short-term sacrifice. One day, we all will say, are you ready for the most exciting night of your life? Love you guys.